What's going on, guys? How are we doing? Today's video, we are going to be talking about the new State of the Galaxy post and some big changes coming to the game. So, first things first, let's go swap back over to the post so we know what we're talking about today. So let's pull this bad boy up. A lot of stuff in here today. Not only did we get a State of the Galaxy post, but we also got a new kit reveal for the 9th sister. She is from the game Fallen Order, and I can make a separate video about this, but I'm like almost certain, like 80% certain, that we will be getting a Calus, because if you think about it, we're going to be getting a whole team built upon the 9th sisters, or the not 9th sisters, the Inquisitors. And in the game, there was a lot of them actually, so he's looking at a full 5-man team of that is required to get Calus in some legendary event, you know, because in other past events, we've definitely had like the villains, getting a whole team of the villains up to, you know, defeat the hero or whatever to unlock them, right? So hoping that that's what the thing is for Cal. I'm hoping though that they do, you know, make some bit of a announcement saying, hey, by the way, these guys are going to be required to get Calus. So we'll have to see. Anyways, Cal, that's some big news. Hopefully it does come to fruition. But anyways, going along the State of the Galaxy with the 9th sister, looking like a great kit, by the way. It is going to be a very durable tank. I gotta say that. A lot of taunting and a lot of critical avoidance spreading out to the allies. So I think she's phenomenal, but that's not what this video is about. This kind of goes along with some fleet. There's a big fleet aspect here in this State of the Galaxy post. The first thing is that the faction-specific tanks are now getting their tanks. So like the fleets, like Resistance and the First Order, they're finally, after years, getting their tanks. Because beforehand, there was always that Houndstooth that was the slotting in that fifth, or not the fifth, but like the starting third fleet, that ship. That was the Houndstooth. But now, with the addition to the Executor being in the game, there is now no longer, you know, that need for the Houndstooth. He's now slotted in. He's permanently there in that new home with the Executor. So these guys are now going to come out being that kind of tank, that faction-specific tank, it says right here, for that fleet. So for the first one, this says for the First Order, we're going to be getting the First Order TIE Echelon. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is the tank. And it says that it applies stealth to allied First Order ships so it can take the hard hits for the team. Kind of reminding me in terms of fleet like the Scimitar with the Darth Maul's ship. So that's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. And in terms of the whole, you know, how the fleet all plays out is whenever a First Order ally gets hit, the First Order shuttle gets some TM and it reduces its cooldown. So in theory, this ship could be fueling shuttle an immense amount of TM and free turns that can give Crew's Silencer, the TIE Silencer, even that much more damage and more turns. So this can be pretty nuts, okay? Pretty nuts here. And then for the Resistance here, we're going to be getting the MG-100 Star Fortress SF-17. There's a mouthful there. But it says this is a consistent taunt to soak up damage from the enemy. This ship also packs a punch if it can finish its bombing run to devastate the enemy. So this is an interesting one because I was hoping that this would be a similar taunt to a Houndstooth, or just something that comes and goes very often, which sounds like it can be, but there's damage here. Bosk's ship never had damage. It never did. It was just very durable. So hoping that this is a good mix of the two, because I feel like that's what this ship needs, is a good mix of that too. Between the two fleets, though, I'm a bit more excited with the Resistance because, for one, I already have the fleet kind of built up a lot more. But for two, I feel like in a defensive lineup, this could be a very, very filthy team. Either one could be really good. I would assume that with this First Order taunt now, that this can probably beat SWGoH very reliably. But as for the Resistance, this will be a lot more interesting for me to see in terms of how it'll play out for both offense and defense. The big hope here for fleet is that these two fleets now with these new taunts can push for counters more like the Malevolence and the SWGoH, maybe even pushing close to an Executor. Probably not though, but I will take it if it can like do some some getting rid of the capital ship, like the Holdo's maneuver can get rid of the Executor. I might even just consider using this as the first go in a GAC to get rid of that fleet, and then going with a very easy cleanup, and then setting my own negotiator and Executor on defense all the time. So just like some thoughts here. Very excited. And then also, of course, with the new TIE, I'm forgetting the name of it, Interceptor, the new one over here. This is going to prove to be very strong as well with the Empire fleets, mainly with Thrawn's capital ship, the Chimera. So just like a lot of fleet here, if you guys haven't run this already. But the other stuff here, the one I want to kind of go into the most in this video was this. So what's the meta with you? This whole like paragraph or a couple paragraphs here. It says here, the one thing I want to show you guys is the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes power tiers. This is the most important, I feel like, in this post. So it says here, there is different power tiers. So it says Marquis and Galactic Chases. You got some Second Sister and you got some Iden Versio. Journey Guide and Conquest units. And then you got some Jedi Revens, some CLSs, and then you got some GLs, of course, like Kylo and Rey. And then you got some GLs with Conquest counterparts. And these are the ones that are in this power tier. That is the most powerful that you can get. So this is kind of like, to me at least, it's like the GLs right here. The GLs like Kylo and Rey, Master Luke even, and the Emperor. We're not going to be getting many of those down the line. I don't think we're going to be getting, to that extent of a GL just being one of those one-off GLs and then just slotting them in like whatever team like a Rey was, maybe like a Master Luke with a Jedi. I feel like we're going to be getting a lot more down the line that have that Conquest counterpart. That's what I'm feeling, guys. I have been feeling this for a while. I'm not sure how long Conquest has been out with the whole, event unlocks, the Maul, the Commander Ahsoka, but if I were to guess, we will be getting almost always and forever the GLs with the Conquest counterpart. Because in my experience with the lore of Star Wars, I don't really see how a Lord Vader has very much impact with a Maul Conquest that we got. But, I mean, with JMK and Cat, that made total sense because they were around the same timelines. I just don't see that connection with the Maul and the Lord Vader. But in the game, they work so dang well. They play directly in part with each other. So that whole conversation barely that I'm trying to bring up is that for future GLs, we can get, let's say a Beskar Mando or some new Mando or whatever that's a GL, right? And then some off-brand Conquest character that really doesn't have that much of a theme, or the whole theme of that character doesn't really play in part with that GL, but they work so well together. We can get more of those. So I think as much as that sucks, we'll be getting some more of them. My goal that I want out of a GL is just a straight up GL like a Kylo or a Rey or a Master Luke. My favorite GL still to this day in terms of all around uses is a Rey. In GAC and in TW, I am loving Rey right now. The main reason why is because Rey can be used with any light side unit. I use my Rey right now with an R2, a GK, and then a Vandor, and I think I toss in Padme as well. And it's just a stupid, dirty team. I love it. I'm able to kill pretty much any GL with it. And on defense, it is a monster. It is a monstrosity. Actually, I don't think it's Padme. I think it's Cat. But I mean, it's a strong team, guys. So in the future, it sounds like that they still might go with the GLs without, the counterpart being a Conquest unit. But it sounds like, from reading some of this post, that there will be a very synergistic kind of approach to GLs with that Conquest counterpart. I'm hoping, though, that we just get the straight-up Conquest character, not a Conquest, or a GL character, not a Conquest character that go along with it. Because I do think that there's a good mix of the two. You know how we just got the Scion of Jango? Well, I like that kind of approach to a Conquest character where he's a bit, of a one-off character. I know we're getting this new TV show right now, but he fits in very well in the TW aspect of the game, and also with different bounty hunters and scoundrels. He fits in very well. So hopefully we get some more stuff like that, as opposed to like a Star Killer where he's more of a journey guide where you have to get those 5 different characters up and ready to get him, unlocked. I like that too. It's just a bit different, right? But, also there's just a lot in Star Wars they can do with. In this game in specific, there's a lot they can go into with different characters and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, there is also another push in the very ending of this post. The next phase of the gear intervention. So get ready for, what is it going to be, gear Relic 9 or Relic 10 rather, and just more of that fun stuff. So that's probably going to be happening here soon. And yeah, Omicron's GA update. GA will be coming back here soon on the 9th, which is I think going to be today if I post this the right day. But yeah, the biggest thing I want to go over in today's video was the 2 new tanks for the Resistance and the First Order, and then also the whole talk about GLs. I would love to know what you guys' thoughts are there about the meta, is what they call it here, the power tiers. Just love to know what you guys have to say in the comments. But yeah, we'll see. That's about it though, guys, for today's video. If you enjoyed it, let me know down below. If you guys want any other videos about this or about anything in general, whether it's Conquest or not, GAC or not, let me know, guys, down below in the comments. But that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace out and have a good one. Bye, guys.